people get into bodybuilding, they have body image issues or body dysmorphia, and then they blame the bodybuilding. And it's like, yeah, you had these before you got into the sport. So you were already self-conscious or whatever it was. It may have just exacerbated it or not, just continued.
My questions are less deep. Let's start with mine.
Oh no, I don't have all deep, and it's not even that deep. It's
no,
just
can we just start with?
It's
mine?
just serious.
Let's just do
That's the
ladies
word.
first.
Sure. Yeah, I don't care. I got 3 cues. So.
Okay.
Is that what we're opening with?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're rolling, right?
Yeah.
Are we rocking though? That's the question. Alex, did you see my story where now King Charles is on the loony?
No, I did not see that.
You should go look at my stories later because I was like, that's not Queen Elizabeth, and now it's King Charles on the loony.
Yeah, I knew they were changing it. I didn't know that. Happened.
So, anyways, I saw it for the first time. All right.
Full roll generation.
I got one more question. Okay.
Hit me with
So the first question was, no question, I love you. That's one of my clients. And then she's like, JK, it's Lindsay.
I hate you.
No, she said JK.
I don't love you.
Why stay peaked?
Oh, that is a good question. Why did we
call it stay peaked?
Well, let me tell you.
Wait, you say your answer, and then I'll say my answer.
Okay, so.
Wait, first of all.
Okay, well, maybe I won't say mine first.
Who came up with it?
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I just want the credit.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't even remember when
it was on the couch.
But
I was lying on top of you on the couch, and I said, said stay peaked.
Actually, I do remember that now, I think. And I remember thinking what I'm about to say, which is how I'm like, that applies to both. For sure, right? That works. Yeah. So it's like, when you're going into a bodybuilding show, it's considered peaking when you're peaking into that show. There's a certain period of time that you would employ certain strategies to peak, to get your best look. And that is your peak. You want to peak perfectly to get the right look and win. And then in the sport of powerlifting, which is largely performance-based, and you're trying to lift the most weight possible for a 1 rep max of 3 different lifts, squat, bench, and dead, you want to peak into that. Different strategies than what you would utilize to peak your physique. But nonetheless, in both sports, it is called peaking.
Yep.
So, and then there was kind of a third thing that we threw in there where it's like, so it works for both our sports that we like. But it also works for life. Maybe in like a little bit of like a unrealistic, corny way, but it's like, it's cool.
Stay peaked.
Just stay peaked, dude.
Stay peaked.
Just like,
I couldn't have answered that better.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just
you nailed it.
Stay crushing. I don't know. That's kind of it's kind of ambiguous, kind of vague, but it works.
When I said it, you were so hyped.
Yeah.
You're like, that's it.
Yeah, stay peaked. You could say it as like a salutation. Yeah, goodbye. See you later. Stay peaked.
Hey, stay peaked. How are you?
Does it work for that?
Yeah, it's high and by. It's like ciao.
You know when people say stay safe, which is my least favorite, most hated salutation of all time. It's like, hey, stay safe. I get that it's well wishes. I get it. Thank you for the intention.
That only happened like recently because of recent events.
No, people still said that. Stay safe. So, hey, stay safe.
It was way more.
Oh, definitely was more for sure. Stay safe. But it's like, stay safe? Like, that just seems like life is risky. Why don't you tell me something like stay peaked, which is more just like, dude, do your thing. Go crush. Hope you're rocking it. Keep living. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just good vibes. Stay peaked. Anyways, that's why. That's the reason. The reason.
TLDR, powerlifting and bodybuilding in life, you just have to stay peaked.
Stay peaked. Cole's
okay.
Notes.
Also from Lindsay. How to make healthy boundaries with people who don't do bodybuilding? Very good question. I will answer this one.
It is a good question.
So I have struggled in the past with friendships during prep, let's just say. Usually I only have enough energy for my partner, and even then still like not, right? So this prep, I've been seeing, my two of my closest friends every Monday or every second Monday, and we're just hanging out. So my one friend is a group fitness instructor, so we'll do her class together, and then we'll just hang out and talk for hours after. And it's been like so good for me. So for this prep, that is my balance. So I'm still seeing my friends. They totally support me. They both came to my show last year. They know that this is a time where I'm not.
You're pulling back.
Yeah.
You have to
I'm
pull
pulling back. They're also busy right now and going through things. So it's like we all just love that we have like once every week or two where we get together and just hang out and talk. And it's been so good. So that is like me now having boundaries where it's like they don't compete in bodybuilding. They know I have to pull back, but they also know that like just hanging out and talking, I can totally do. Other than that, boundaries with other people, it's just like just being honest. Like, hey, I don't have the energy for this. This is a time in the year where I do pull back from social things. Mostly that's with you, to be honest, because you don't bodybuild technically. Like you don't compete in bun.
You wouldn't know though. Look at this physique.
You don't compete in bodybuilding, but it's like you have now been with me long enough and like lived with me to get it.
Yeah.
But say you're dating someone who doesn't compete, like their boundaries would be like, yeah, you can't take me out for dinner. Like you can't, it just would be all these things. So it's just, I think it's just about honesty. And if they truly support you, like they'll just support you.
From the outside of someone who's a spouse of a competitive bodybuilder, I was going to say something along the same lines. I think a lot of people in general are not good at communicating their own priorities to other people. So if you're trying to create boundaries to normies that don't get bodybuilding, you have to be explicit. You have to be extremely explicit, and you may not be good at that in your life. So it's probably a good test. But that's the onus is ultimately on you, especially if you feel like people aren't getting it. It's like you may not be communicating your priorities correctly to them. They might not understand, and you may want to blame them, but you need to look at yourself and be like, am I actually communicating honestly and explicitly and as clearly as I can my needs, my priorities that I have to do to go through this sport. So you have to be like what you said, when it's like being honest, but specifically you got to be explicit and clear.
Yeah. 100%. Stop being a yes man.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, get used to saying no.
Like saying no
if you're a people pleaser.
Yeah,
good luck being hard. A bodybuilder.
Yeah. Okay, this is from our friend Matt, the trainer at Stay Fit from Florida.
Oh, nice, Florida Matt, the Forerunner Matt.
Yeah,
sweet.
Matt G the PT is his Instagram.
Matt G the PT. Shout out Matt G the PT from Florida.
So he said 2-year, 5-year, 10-year plans for life, not business.
Oh, cool. I had a similar question. We'll get that in a bit.
So 2-year plan for life is...
Well,
like, are we...
No, I think we want to keep that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a 2-year plan. We will keep it for now.
Yeah,
Suspense.
yeah.
5-year plan within 5 years, hopefully 2 kids within 5 years.
Yeah, and you said not business, right?
Not business, just life.
Yes. Yeah.
2 kids within 5 years.
God willing, I want to have kids soon.
And 10-year, 3 kids. What's that? What are we in 10 years? Oh my gosh, 41. My dogs are still alive. Life, eh? That'd be, I mean, a really good church community.
Yeah, definitely. A good social community.
In a place that we love and something we want to do. Maybe we should do every year we learn something new.
Yeah, we've talked about
a new skill or something.
Yeah, we've talked about it, like learning a new language together and stuff like that. Yeah. And some travel goals too. Will be in there.
Travel goals.
Yeah, there's some places we talk about that we want to go travel. So within that, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
So at least within the 5 and 10, it'd be cool to get some cool family trips.
So that's the life.
That'd be really
goals.
Fun. Yeah.
Okay, last one that I have. Why are people so unaware of their surrounding in the gym lately? For example, they're on their phones, they're being super loud, stuff like that.
It depends on what gym you're at. So
this is from my client, Alyssa, who lives in New Jersey.
Oh yeah? Do you know what gym she trains at?
Like a
24-hour fitness?
Planet Fitness or
whatever?
something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's going to depend on the gym for sure.
People are unaware because people are like, it's a very like era of like, I'm going to do whatever I want and you can't tell me not to. So that type of attitude takes a little bit away of like common sense of how you should act in public. So I think it's because it's becoming so normal in society. People are like, well, I don't care what you think of me. Like, I'm just going to do whatever I want.
I agree. I think
anything.
a lot of people are not considerate.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just a sign of the times, a sign of the gym you go to.
We're the old men yelling at clouds.
Yeah. Well, that's circling back to a really early episode.
I know. But yeah, no, I agree with that. It is true. There's like, I think it's very trendy right now to be like very you focused, very you centered.
Yeah.
So
like I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I don't care if it ruins your workout, and you can't tell me what to do.
Everyone's
I'm gonna
the center
offended.
of their own.
Yeah, it's like very
main
much
character
like
syndrome.
No one is being selfless and thinking about others, and it's just sad to see. But that's the answer. I
think so. Yeah.
I just saw your eye twitch.
Really?
Did you feel it?
No.
Oh.
It's an extra large coffee coming through, baby. Running through my veins. We're tweaking.
No sleep.
I think that does vary largely across different gym settings.
Yeah, fair.
Like you're going to get very different experiences at different gyms.
Yeah.
So.
But you also pay for what you get too.
But I just mean like if she's asking that, it's like part of that's like if that really bothers you, then you really should just go to a different gym.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Like sometimes she trains at her condo gym.
Yeah, because you're probably not going to get that.
Sometimes she likes to go to get all the equipment.
But I get it. Like I don't like that either.
You're competing.
But it definitely, you can get a different experience at a different gym. 100%.
Yeah.
Because some people just like, it is. And then part of this is a good thing, but some people go to the gym after work as like, that's their version of going to the bar for a few drinks and having social time. So they have social time at the gym.
Yeah.
So that is a lot of people. And so you might get a bit of that there too. But at the same time, there is some gyms that just like, I also think like, and this is why it depends on different gyms, is like management / ownership, like whoever's running the gym and ultimately like managing day to day. It's like they're responsible for setting the standards. And some gyms are just not good at that.
Yeah.
So then people just don't treat it well, or if the gym doesn't upkeep equipment or look after things, and like people just don't take care of stuff, and then they're not considerate to the members, and you know what I mean? I think it just like promotes that idea more so, where people are like, I'm not taking care of this. It's not a nice gym anyway. So the owner doesn't take care of the gym. Why would I take care of the gym, you know? So yeah. Benito, I got a couple questions over here. Similar question. So I guess we can, from awesome client and a good friend of mine, Jake Charles Brocklebank, otherwise known as the Brockle Skank. That's his nickname.
Do you think he doesn't like that?
That's his name.
Yeah,
that's his handle.
Oh.
He said it, not me. That's his self-appointed nickname. Or maybe someone else gave it to him. I don't know. I'll ask him.
Love you,
I'm having
Jake.
a cigar with him tomorrow, so I'll
love
ask
you,
him.
Jake.
What are your 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year goals as a couple? So it's kind of similar because
the same thing.
Yeah.
We said it as a couple. Kids,
but I guess
travel.
he didn't have the caveat Matt did that it's not about business. So I would add to this question now that as a couple, we would like to be as untethered as possible from a specific geographic location.
Mm-hmm.
So continuing to grow my online coaching business would be huge. You're fully online.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
That is awesome.
So yeah, that's probably the one thing I would add for sure. And then on top of everything we just said. Also a former client of mine, Robin Murray, physiotherapist, awesome lady, strong mom.
Strong mom,
strong mama. What is one important lesson that preparing for competition, powerlifting and bodybuilding, has taught you about yourself, and how do you apply that to the work that you do in the community?
Read it again.
It's a good question, right?
Yeah.
What is one important lesson that preparing for comp has taught you about yourself, and how do you apply that to the work that you do in the community?
For me, it would be that like whatever is in my control, I have full control over. So it's like, as a coach, if I know that I could have control of the situation, then there's no reason why I shouldn't, kind of thing. And if I don't, it's because I'm lazy.
Okay.
Right. So it's like, I know that I have the capacity to work like to my 200% effort. So it's like, I'm going to give my clients that. Like I had a client that said like, actually, I'll read the text really quick.
Do it.
Really quick.
Dude, freaking do it, man.
Okay. The text.
It's a good question, Robin.
That was a really good question.
It was a really good question. She's a good question asker. Shout out, Robin.
Oh, I can't read it now because I think it's gone. It was like, it was on the lines of, thanks so much for all the effort you put into my plan each week. I can really tell that you're taking the time to like put it in. And I was like, yeah, you're giving me 110%. I'm going to give it right back.
Right.
Kind of thing, which I do on prep too, right? Like I'll put in my absolute all, and then I want to have no regrets at the end of prep. Like, oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I did everything I could. So
yeah, I did literally everything.
What happens?
And I've never done that. I've never, not once ever missed a cardio or a training session. Never on any prep. So it's like, yeah.
You're very disciplined. It's true.
Yeah.
For me, I think maybe more generally speaking, but sometimes when you're new to competition in particular, like you've been in bodybuilding for a little while now. I only started competing in powerlifting since 2021, I think. My first competition.
Yeah.
So it's 3 years now. And it can be scary and nerve-wracking embarking on something like that because it's very new. So I would put that into the category of doing a hard thing because it's new, scary. There's a lot of unknown, which makes it even harder for a lot of people not knowing. And specifically with powerlifting and bodybuilding too, but like you are now putting yourself out there to be judged and to be literally judged, on competition standards. And that can be a scary thing and a hard thing. And I think doing that, it gave me some confidence in, you know what I mean? Just in general, I think. And it helps me because then going through that, I can apply that to my clients as well. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be competition for them. But I think just the importance of doing those hard things that they do value has really good payoff. Because there's a lot of voices that'll tell you not to do it and just kind of stay in your own groove. So to get someone to just to use powerlifting meet as an example of a hard thing, but you could do a million different things. Like there's a lot of voices in your head that you would listen to, and those voices are your own, just like arguing why not to do it. So it takes a big like disruption to your status quo, to your equilibrium, to be like, oh my goodness, I am now committed to a new thing. And I'm going to put myself on display to be judged on that day. So encouraging people. That probably helps me with my coaching. One more question from Jamie Campbell, not a client, but a fellow cigar connoisseur and internet friend. Do bodybuilders all suffer from body dysmorphia?
Not all.
All right, there's your answer. We've talked about it before.
There's a good percentage, but like that's, I mean, you'd have to define body dysmorphia in terms of like how would you actually diagnose it, because like you could be having a crap day one day, look in the mirror and be like, oh, I look like crap, and then the next day you're fine kind of thing. It would have to be like over time. Yeah,
it's tough to measure that,
right? Like that's actually a hard question.
Well, and your answer is correct. Not all, but not all. I would another way. I know he didn't ask this, but you could also say, do bodybuilders all suffer from body image issues? And you'd probably say yes, because that's like a human thing.
But also not, but also could not be all. You can't not ever say all.
And also not all the time.
And also not all the time.
Right? So I don't know if bodybuilders have more body image issues than the average person, because
I had more
average people
body image issues after the show.
But you're still a bodybuilder. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
So yes, but not all the time. And also not everyone.
And a lot of people get into bodybuilding because they have body image issues and I shouldn't say because, but people get into bodybuilding, they have body image issues or body dysmorphia, and then they blame the bodybuilding. And it's like, yeah, you had these before you got into the sport. So you were already self-conscious or whatever it was. It may have just exacerbated it or not, just continued, but it's not necessarily.
Wait, what word did you say?
Exacerbated. Remember you tried to say that word a while back?
Exacerbate.
But yeah, those are all our questions.
Alex, give us one more question.
Does he have any?
Yeah, just from the top of his head.
How?
Ooh, hit him on the hot seat, baby.
He hasn't been talking.
I got this.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We believe in you.
Now that you two are married, how has marriage life been different compared to when you two were dating? Like, what have you noticed in terms of?
This is a great question. Because we did commit a sin and live together before marriage. So that's not different. What is different is I think you are more, maybe this is because you just know I'm on prep too, but I'm noticing a lot more. You go out of your way during the day and you'll say it multiple times a day. You'll be like, how's my lovely wife?
I say that all the time.
He says it all the time and like will come up and kiss me even if I'm literally trying to eat.
Dude, I am so cute.
You're getting more like gushy kind of.
I'm the cutest.
Yeah. So I noticed that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think
how's
I'm better.
My lovely wife. You'll just scream my wife.
My wife.
You'll just use the words more.
My wife. Yeah.
Because we didn't call each other husband and wife before we were married.
No.
Sorry if you do that. I'm calling you out. I don't agree. And that's just because you didn't actually take the full
You haven't done it
commitment.
You haven't done it yet. I can't call my Honda Civic a Porsche. Not.
Exactly. Right? So.
Yeah, I'm trying to
either you are or you're not.
I agree with you though. That's a change. What else has changed since marriage?
I'm rubbing aloe vera all over his face. But I would have done that before too.
Not much has ultimately changed since that day. Do you know what I mean? The last year has things have changed gradually leading into the marriage and continue to after.
But things have changed in terms of how we look. At least on my end, I feel like this. We actually haven't talked about this, so this is good for the podcast.
Hit me with it.
We used to fight more about money. A little bit. Like
probably.
So now it's like
that's true.
Now
actually.
It's like if I'm buying groceries.
This is the best answer, Alex. This is the best answer.
If I'm buying groceries before we were married, there was still like a part of me that was like, he owes me for this. Now it's like, doesn't matter if I'm paying with my money because technically, like, we're married and I should, if I have the money, I can just.
And it's even easier for me, even though I should preface.
We're really much looking at it like our money.
It is.
Like if I need to pay something, say I didn't have money in my account and I owed GST like $4,000. Like I would just go to Tim and be like, hey, can we just pay this? Like it's our money now.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm going to preface with that. We could have very well done this. I could have very well made this mental shift before marriage.
Yeah.
But, for whatever reason, after marriage, it did get easier when I had that realization of like, okay, now we're married. So, if she wants money for something, like sometimes that would bother me, either the way she asked about it or the fact that she asked at all or whatever, right? Or what she's asking for. And then it'd be like, well, I paid for this. And like, we didn't have many of those that were super problematic, but we had those conversations and it was a little bit
where we could remember the vibe and we can remember like, it didn't feel good. It wasn't very much felt like tit for tat and like, I pay for this, right?
Yeah, and that's so...
Now that is dissipated.
That's so lame. It's totally gone because at this point, if she needs or wants... within reason, if she needs or wants to pay for something, then that is now our bill.
Yeah.
So that money comes from her bank account or mine. It doesn't matter because it's all
vice
ours.
Versa, right? It's
all my savings and investments are now her investments and savings. And any of my debts or her debts we share, those are mine as well.
Yeah.
So it's all coming from a pool.
And since the wedding, we haven't had any like now we're just both very much on the same page where it's like if something happens and like you can't pay for stuff for a bit, I'm still working.
We had a conversation about this recently, didn't we?
No, we just asked if each other was okay with like making purchases without asking the other person.
But also, didn't we have a conversation earlier than that about you, because you had small line of credit debt or something? Didn't we?
Yeah, but
didn't
I
we have
paid it off.
Yeah, but didn't we have a conversation about that? Something. I feel like I have a memory of me clarifying where I'm like, oh, I can just pay it off. And I can do that before marriage.
We talked about that. No, we talked about my my car payments.
Maybe it was that.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, I could pay that off. Like, that's not an issue. I don't have any debt. I just have a car loan.
No, yeah, neither of us have any personal debt, which is great.
Yeah.
But
let's save that because we do have to wrap this up.
That was a good answer. That is the biggest change. A
compliment from my husband. Isn't that nice?
Just one a day.
Well, when he actually believes it's a good answer, he'll say it.
You know what we should do? I don't have to do anything tonight. Except reply to clients. But we should get in a fight about money tonight.
Yeah, we can schedule it in.
All right, thanks for listening to the show. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we want you to be one of those subs. So you got to subscribe to the channel. You got to click subscribe and be a part of the community because we're doing dope shit over here, dude. Talk to you soon. Love you.